back, Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers here. I'm Cody,
I'm Robbie.
and we're going to be doing our second part of the Versus episode with the Bulleit Bourbon, Frontier Whiskey, and the Buffalo Trace Straight Bourbon Whiskey here. So we did part one last week, and that one was a pretty good battle. Buffalo Trace ended up tying with Bulleit neat. They were pretty similar. We liked the finish better with the Buffalo Trace, and then the Bulleit kind of fell off on the finish, but it had some more depth of flavor in the beginning.
Yeah.
That kind of made it score pretty evenly. And then in Coke, Buffalo Trace kind of took the lead. Was way better, not way better, but it was definitely better with
Well, the finish held it in.
Yeah. And if Robbie, you want to go over the scores on those two?
Yeah, so we remember, guys, we scored this out of 5. And so Buffalo Trace and Bulleit Bourbon both scored a 3.8 out of 5. And then on Coke, Buffalo Trace scored a 4.0. So it did get a little bit better. That the finish really kept it in there. Yeah. And honestly, in our opinion, made it that much better with the Coke. And then Bulleit, unfortunately, since the finish was lacking, the Coke really overpowered it, which was kind of disappointing because to us, the Bulleit had more flavor on neat, but it went by so fast. It was real quick.
Yeah.
So we did give that a 3.6. So it fell off a little bit from neat, but not much. And, tonight we got On the Rocks and Old Fashioned to review for both of them.
Yeah, and we're going to be starting off with Bulleit On the Rocks.
Yes.
You ready to pour your cocktail, my friend? Yeah. So
I was trying to smell it before I even pour the whiskey in.
I'm so happy to pour a glass of whiskey. I've been digging up my gas line for my propane tank all day today for a couple hours. It was a hard dig to get down to the bottom of the pipe. It was like a 2.5 foot hole, but it was just a ton of fill. There was like a bunch of fill dirt in there where they put in like tile, like roof tile, and it was just packed in there. So, and I have 2 big trees right by it, so like the roots are just super thick.
Yeah,
it was slow digging.
Oh, I bet, man.
It was rough.
I will say this: if you ever think it's slow digging out there, just come out to Arkansas. It is terrible out here. Literally, it's just rock. Like we're digging up rock the entire time, and it's not like one solid piece. It's a bunch of little ones. So you get going good, and then you run into issues. You got to dig it out. Even augers have issues with it. So yeah, Arkansas sucks with soil.
Yeah, I mean, I got DG on my mountain, so it's super hard. And then just throw in like the whole thing was just packed.
With packed, tiles, and then you have roots to battle, rocks, and you're doing it all by hand.
Actually, Kelsey posted on Instagram the video on hers.
Oh, did
you could check it out.
I'll have to check that
out. I'm like on my belly reaching down there.
So I was actually getting to her story on my Instagram, and pretty much right when you came in, I was like, oh, and I backed off and I saw she was the next one up. So I'll probably watch that here in a bit.
What do you get on the smell here?
Honestly,
not a ton.
I get more just alcohol. Like
I get the nutmeg.
Yeah, maybe that's it too. But it has a strong alcohol smell to me.
Yeah.
And then, I would say nutmeg. I don't get much of anything else. I don't get the oak or the spice. So,
cheers.
All right. Hey, cheers.
Yeah. A little warm.
A little warm.
Not much.
I was gonna say, again, so I think the downside with this is it's so quick. There's no finish. As soon as you drink it, you get the taste. It's gone. The taste is there for a split second, and it's hard to pinpoint things.
Yeah. I get the alcohol at the end.
Yeah, that's.
Not
I'll say this: the way to drink Bulleit right now is definitely neat. I prefer it neat.
Yeah, so far, neat has been pretty good. Lax on the finish, still
Yeah.
though.
Well, and I will say this: it's been a while, but I've had it with old fashioned, and Bulleit makes a good old fashioned. So I'm curious.
Yeah, I
now.
remember you saying that last episode.
Yeah, so I'm really curious on after it falling off with Coke and possibly here on the rocks. I'm gonna wait
I
to
can
write down a
see
score
it.
until I finish drinking.
Yeah, I can see it being pretty good in old fashioned because it does for a bourbon. It does have a little bit of that spice to it,
Yeah,
which always helps out in the
yeah.
old fashioned.
So
It's not bad. I mean, it's easy drinking. I mean, on the rocks, it's
it is.
super easy drinking. Just not a ton of flavors. You get a little bit of the caramel, I think, in there too.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, again, I would like more of it though.
Yeah.
It's just there's no finish to it. It doesn't. It's not a long lasting finish. It's just real quick, and
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most disappointed thing about it because it does have good flavor and it's easy to drink.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
The neat flavor was definitely pretty good. It had the maple, but I believe it even had dark fruit and spice and toffee.
Yeah.
Which, we picked up some of that on the neat for sure. Not so
Definitely.
much on this though.
So, but yeah, it has good flavor.
Yeah.
So you get to go first today.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Did you finish it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, mine's
Got a little sippy sap here.
again, it's real easy to drink. I just want more of the flavor. I want it to last. I want it to.
It's real. It gets real watered out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I think that's why I was drinking it fast. I could tell as it kept sitting, it kept losing more and more.
It's got that ending that kind of gets worse. Like for me, anyways, it's like almost like a just an alcohol-y ending.
I did get the alcohol ending, but it was nice to have that instead of it being watered down. But I do know if we would have kept drinking and let it sit a little bit longer, it would have probably lost a lot more flavor as we just sat there sipping on it.
Yeah. It's like the alcohol ending, but no flavor at the end.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I'm gonna give it 3.5.
Okay.
On the ice.
So I gave it a 3.6. To me, it definitely wasn't better than neat, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think it was worse than Coke. It kind of had the same experience for me.
Yeah, yeah. I could settle at 3.6.
And 3.6 is high for me. That is, I'm definitely couldn't go any higher. So I'll be honest, if you wanted to settle on 3.5, I'm not going to disagree. So
yeah, I would drink this neat. I wouldn't drink it
Coke
with ice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd probably rather even actually have it with Coke. Not gonna lie.
Okay. Let's give it a 3.5.
I think that's a good score.
Yeah, no, 3.6 was high for me, and I would definitely drink this neat, and I think think old fashioned. I think it's going to come through on the old fashioned and really score pretty well. I have a feeling it will. So
Yeah, I think that's going to be its kind of go-to.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you ready to try this Buffalo Trace and ice?
Yes, sir.
It's funny, I've had Buffalo Trace so many times, I don't remember what it tastes like in ice. I don't know if I've had it just in with ice.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, I
Not
don't
sure.
remember the last time I even had it on ice, and I know I have. That was actually probably the most recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, let's go get our
ice cube.
ice cubes. We'll be back.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey. We just got our ice for Buffalo Trace. We're gonna now review Buffalo Trace on the rocks.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pour mine.
Yeah.
Got a shot poured already. Pour a little bit more actually.
That should be good.
So, what are you thinking? I think it's gonna be better.
Yeah, I think it is. I
And,
think it's
Bulleit.
gonna be better than Bulleit. I think the finish is just gonna keep this maybe slightly ahead the entire time. Again, it didn't
Smells
have
good. It smells
better flavors to me. Neat.
I almost get a botanical floral vibe
Yeah,
on the smell, right?
little fruit.
Yeah. Fruit.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, honestly, I like the smell on
Yeah,
Buffalo. So
me too. I'm gonna let it sit a little.
yeah, I'm gonna let it sit.
This is two iconic whiskeys. I mean,
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
hey, cheers again.
Cheers, bro. Again, nice finish.
Yeah, the finish is there.
Yeah.
Definitely see, I guess I like a whiskey with a finish, because even though the Bulleit had more flavor on neat, a little bit on the rocks for just a little bit anyway of time, this finish, how long it lasts, it's
good.
nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So that's a good smell too. I really enjoy the smell. So
Yeah, I enjoy it. That's a good. I get that botanical vibe on it.
yeah,
I
I'm
know
kind
it's-
of worried now.
What about what?
So I originally picked Bulleit on Old Fashioned to beat out Buffalo Trace, and now I think it's going to be a good battle.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I think it will be.
It was a good battle, neat.
Yeah,
Coke, Buffalo Trace definitely won, and honestly, right now, just sipping on it, I think Buffalo Trace won on the rocks. So
I would agree.
I haven't wrote down the score yet, but
Yeah, same
it's definitely better right now.
for sure. Oh, show. It's yeah, I'm getting that oaky. I'm getting a little bit of the oak. I'm
Yeah.
getting a little bit of the fruit and like on the neat, I didn't get a botanical like floral like
No,
kinda
not even
smell.
with the water droplets.
no, not at all. But with this, I do for some reason.
Yeah, definitely. This is good.
It's amazing how it changes.
Yeah,
And
I was
everybody's
just thinking that.
taste buds are different, but pick up different things. But,
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Kelsey, for example, she picks up so many different things.
yeah,
It's pretty cool to have her on,
she's-
and
pretty good at that for sure.
because she was picking up stuff kind of like what
Like,
we read online.
Yeah, it's like I'll taste stuff, but I can't like I know I've tasted flavors like that before, but I can't pinpoint it. Where she can like, pinpoint, oh, that's that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. So she's got a good taste for
Definitely.
picking different things out. And we'll have her on soon. I think just as like sometimes she'll pop in and join us for a review partway through, or maybe even another episode down the road soon. But,
I was actually, we definitely need to do another guest episode, and I know we've been wanting to get Dylan. So you guys know Dylan's a friend of mine. He's a neighbor too. He's right down the road. Been wanting to get him on, but it's a little tough with the schedule. He works at a hospital. He's a nurse, and he's also going to school. He's getting his master's, so he's pretty freaking busy in his work schedule right now. He's working weekends, which sucks. So it may be a little bit before we get him on. So we're gonna look at other avenues or other people to bring on. And it just sucks. Like there's been a couple people I've wanted on, but we've just been busy.
Yeah.
Now we're starting the Versus series again. So we're definitely sticking with the Versus series, I think, for a little bit, at least a couple more weeks.
yeah.
So, but that's what I was thinking for, because Versus series is so much fun. You get to actually have a battle between two whiskeys, and we're not trying to have to recall two.
Yeah, and we enjoy it. We know you guys enjoy it, so putting two whiskeys against each other and kind of in the same bracket, and it's fun. It's fun for us.
Like these two, they're both really good whiskeys.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace, award-winning, has lots of awards, and then you have Bulleit, is just honestly, you'd be hard pressed not to find somebody who doesn't know Bulleit Bourbon. So
yeah,
both of these whiskeys are very popular, very good. So
and they're both kind of like
and they're reasonably priced.
Go-to for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. I think for our next guest, if it's Dylan, or if it's I think we were talking about Jordan, if he's in town.
Well, Jordan actually just got back, so that would be one.
I know me and you have both wanted to get him on the show. Jordan's great. He's
hilarious.
It'll be an extra long episode, that's for sure.
That one's gonna be like a 3-hour one.
But he's got good stories. It's fun conversation. Jordan's hilarious. So
the guy I could talk to a brick wall.
I'll definitely enjoy it.
He's such a good guy. I love him.
Yeah.
But he has a story for everything. Like he's spring up one thing and he's gonna, and like we went golfing in Utah. He's never been. Now he has a golfing story to throw in on top of all the other stories he has. So it's like, this guy, such a good guy. I can't wait for you guys to be introduced. You guys probably want me out and have Jordan take over. So
yeah, right. He'll be one of the new hosts.
Yeah, he would be the new host, but go get Robbie out.
We also got Ben in the works.
Yes.
Ben's my cousin, and Robbie's, they're
cousin. We grew up like cousins.
We grew up together as all three, little hoodlums running around, kids. Ben's a good dude, veteran,
Yeah. Honestly, anytime he's back in California, just let me know. We'll just go ahead and do it, even if we're doing a Versus series.
You know what? He's gonna be here in the 15th.
I say let's
October.
do it.
So
yeah, even if we're in the middle of another Versus, I say let's get him on.
Yeah. We'll record it and we can post it after our Versus.
Yeah, that'd be good. You guys would like Ben. Ben's a character. So
especially when you get a few drinks in him. So
you should hear our game chats when we're gaming together. So
I'm the loud yelling one. Ben's like quiet, but then when he does have something to say, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Robbie's just kind of like hit and miss, kind of.
Yeah, I'll be quiet because I'm playing like shit, or I'm gonna be loud.
He'll
talking
turn his
shit
mic off.
I'll fucking be loud and
He's
talking
over there.
shit.
Robbie's the one over there, like squeezing his controller so hard it's cracking. That kind.
Yeah, no, that happened like. No, it wasn't last time. It was the time before. I was just so pissed. I was like, "Fuck this!
Oh man.
What do I even game?"
We used to be good, but no.
Not compared to these kids nowadays. This is all they do.
I'm still pretty good on Call of Duty. I tell you, I was playing the other day.
No, I went
Still
off because modern. Yeah, I did some multiplayer, and I was freaking killing it. And then I did a gunfight by myself, and
Nice.
I was carrying the team. So
Yeah.
It's just weird. I think whenever we're teamed up with each other, we get thrown into pretty difficult lobbies a lot of the time. And
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
don't-
crappy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how it does that.
Because once,
I don't know.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I already wrote down my score.
Yeah, go for it.
So I don't think this is better than Coke. I definitely think Coke right now is the way to drink Buffalo Trace.
Okay, so
But I will say this: I think it's a solid 3.8. It's again, I gave Neat a 3.6. I know we settled on a 3.8. Now more than ever, I'm kind of wish we would have settled on the 3.6, because to me it is better. You get a better smell, you get more smell, and if I'm gonna drink it, if I had between Neat and On the Rocks, I'm gonna drink it On the Rocks for this whiskey. But
Yeah.
you throw Coke in there, I'm probably drinking it with Coke, because it was a pretty good Coke and whiskey. I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah, I mean, I would drink it all the way. Actually, I think I would pick it up for any of the ways.
oh yeah, no, I'm just saying, if you had to pick, I'm picking On the Rocks. So
Yeah, I like. I was feeling a 3.8. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
So I think that's a good one.
all right, yeah, and again, you just get a little bit more flavor, a little bit better smell.
Yeah, I like it neat as well, and so I would say for me they're equal. I think they're both great ways to have them, and
Yeah,
Coke is just kind of, it's a good whiskey Coke. It's a good whiskey Coke. So,
no, it is.
and that's just for whiskey Coke category. Like, it's not against the other two ways. It's just separate, but from other whiskey and Cokes we're putting it up against. All right, dude.
All right. Honestly, I'm excited. Old Fashioned's next.
Yeah.
Gonna finish out these two whiskeys.
All right, Bulleit Old Fashioned, huh?
Yeah. All right. So before we get into both of these, which one do you think?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Trace, man. It's been pulling through. Buffalo.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna say Buffalo Trace.
I want to stick with my guns and stick with Bulleit on the Old Fashioned.
I've never had either on Old Fashioned.
But I'll be honest, this Buffalo Trace, just the finish on it, it kind of gets better as you sip on it. It gets better each way we try it. I feel like, I don't know. You know what? You went with Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Bulleit. I'm gonna stick with my guns.
Cool.
I think it's gonna be a close one though.
Yeah. Most likely, I think
That's my opinion.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with those Old Fashions. Hey, we're back with our Old Fashions here with the Bulleit Bourbon. So, Old Fashioned.
Yeah, smells really good. Like
Yeah, I got a good orange on this one. So
I got a real good orange. I had a phenomenal fire, like the little,
yeah,
and I even could tell whenever I sliced the orange, I was like, this is a good orange.
you can
I
tell by
even
the
rolled it
zest.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, this one smells good. Has a good color to it, has that good old fashioned color.
Yeah, so we stirred this one, not shake on this one, and we like to switch it up every once in a while.
Yeah, you do get a little bit different.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So, but I definitely think the stir is just traditional. So,
Cheers, my friend.
cheers. Honestly, it's exactly how I remember.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I like that.
And honestly, since you got the bitters, you got that orange flavor, you got other things going on with it, the finish doesn't mean much here.
No, no.
And you could taste the whiskey. The whiskey has a good flavor.
Yeah, you could definitely taste the whiskey. It's good.
It's weird how you get different things, like for example, neat, we got flavor on the rocks, and Coke, it lost its flavor. This one,
It's the spice, dude. It
Yeah.
pulls through, man. I enjoy it. It's a good old fashioned. Like you said, you told us about it, that you've had it with the old fashioned, and it is good. I'm not gonna lie.
it is
like
really
it.
good.
Solid old fashioned.
Man, tell you what, today was just a stressful day watching Notre Dame. Always is. Always is being a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah.
Like they have the capability of being a really good team, but they always keep it close. Like we should be beating a team, for example, like Toledo a couple weekends ago. We should beat them probably by 3-4 touchdowns, and we won by 3 points. Today, though, I will say I was so pissed, and I was over it. I was like, I don't even care if we win at this point. And then we pull off a pretty decent win. It was 41-13. But like all those points came in the fourth quarter. Like 2 touchdowns in the probably last 5-6 minutes of the game off interceptions.
Oh wow.
And we just destroyed them. I believe it was 2 linebackers. Drew White was one of them. He ran one back. It was a great return. And then Jack Kaiser, I think, was the other guy. And it was just like, where is this at the beginning of the game? Because I'm over here stressing out. I'm like, what the hell? We should be playing better. And it's crazy. You watch the game, we're moving the ball. We had the more first downs. We're getting down the field. It's just like we would never seal the deal, never get right to the end zone and score, or we try to kick a field goal and we miss. And it's just like,
yeah, this is part of the reason why I don't watch too much football anymore.
it's so stressful.
Stresses you out.
Well, let's go back to Notre Dame. So Notre Dame, this is really a rebuilding season. We lost a lot of key guys, but it's so hard not to be passionate about the team and expect them to do good. But we're 4-0 now. I'm happy about that. Arkansas 4-0. Happy about that. My 2 favorite teams, the 2 teams that for me only matter in college football.
I believe San Diego State's 4-0.
That's awesome.
I'll have to double check. I haven't tuned into their game that just happened, but
yeah. But yeah, Arkansas beat Texas A&M, big game today. So it was a good day. It ended up being a good day all around. Other than some other things, but good day all around.
Yeah, so. For sure. Well, I'm almost done with this old fashioned.
Just finished it. If you want to go ahead and tell us what you think about it.
I think it's one of my go-tos for an old fashioned. I think I would probably buy this for mainly old fashions.
Yeah.
I enjoy the old fashioned a lot.
It's a good cheap bottle, cheaper anyway. And
Yeah, I'm gonna say the old fashions probably. I'm gonna think back for some of the old other ones in this category, George Dickel and a couple of the other ones we've done in this category, but I'm gonna give it a 4.2. That's my max. That's like the highest I would go.
yeah, that's what I gave it.
Yeah.
And
That's
honestly,
like,
I do
the
think
ultimate. That's like the furthest I'd go.
I just look back at George Dickel, pretty much exact same.
Did
Everything.
we give it a 4.2?
We gave it I gave it a 4.2, but we settled on 4.1.
Got it.
But so it's still really close, really
Really
close. Well, we're splitting hairs at that point, but I remember that one was tough with George Dickel. I remember
Yeah,
now.
it's a unique rye. It's not a traditional rye.
But
it's got a lot of flavors.
I would pick Bulleit over that though. It's also a couple dollars cheaper, but that's it, $2.
What?
Bulleit versus George Dickel.
Oh, excuse me. Really, George Dickel's like 20 bucks here, like 20.
Yeah, no, remember I got mine $26.99.
Oh,
And then Bulleit's for me $24.99.
yeah. Bulleit got it for 28. But
yeah, I give it 4.2. I agree with it. I think it's
a solid old fashioned. I like it. That's good.
yeah, no, it's definitely leagues above any of the other ways we've tried it.
That's my favorite way to drink it. And then obviously neat.
But see, this is one of those whiskeys you keep on hand, and if you have people over and they're wanting old fashions, you don't have to use one of the more expensive ones that are really good.
Yeah.
You could just pour this.
You could just pour this one because this one is great, or like solid old fashioned.
Yeah.
Especially when you got a bunch of friends over.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely
so that's cool. Like, we got the whiskeys that are like go to neat, go to on the rocks, some are all
Coke.
around solid.
Yeah.
And then you got this one where it's like it's
yeah,
really, really strong on an old fashioned.
Yeah. Well, we got those couple whiskeys that are just they're made for whiskey and Coke.
Exactly.
And
there's a couple.
This one I think it was made to make an old fashioned. It really was. It is not the best old fashioned out there, but it was made for that purpose. It tastes
like Evan Williams bonded 100 proof.
Yeah,
we found that one was solid in Coke, the best way. I mean,
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm ready for.
I'm more curious.
I know, dude.
Do you want to change your guess before we go?
No.
You sticking with Buffalo? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I stuck with the Bulleit. Even if it loses, it really came back strong, and it's as good as I remember. So, that being said, let's try this Buffalo.
All right, we'll be back.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. We just got our drinks poured or made for an old fashioned with Buffalo Trace Kentucky Bourbon. So, Cody picked this one to win on the old fashioned. I picked Bulleit. Let's see how it is.
Yeah, looks good. I
Yeah.
haven't smelt it yet, actually.
Great color, actually.
I got a lot of citrus in mine.
It's pretty good.
So.
You got a lot of orange smell. Yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers. fucking finish, dude.
It's pretty good old
Like
fashioned. Yeah.
continues. You know what I mean? This Buffalo Trace finish is nice.
The finish is nice.
It doesn't quit, you know?
No. It lingers. Stays around.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. I like it better. The second sip was better than the first. It's good.
Buffalo Trace just kind of gets better as you sip on it, though.
Yeah.
It really does. No, this is a pretty damn good old fashioned. You know, I think the finish really carries this whiskey, though.
It does.
The flavor's good, or all the flavors you get, but it's not as good as, like, say, the Bulleit's flavors, but the finish just carries it.
Yeah.
Where Bulleit, there's no finish, and it just really downgrades the whiskey quite a bit.
It does. Yeah, agreed.
So-
The finish on this carries it. Just like you said, the Bulleit has a little bit more flavor, but it's not carrying.
It's
through
just so quick.
Yeah, quick.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
It's pretty good old fashioned.
Mm.
And it just gets better as you drink it. It really does.
It does.
Solid.
Really get the whiskey flavor too. Like it ain't washed out on this one.
Wow.
You definitely get that more like botanical, fruity vibe on this Trace.
You do. You really do. The finish really just carries this whiskey. I don't know. You get good flavor, but if I'm gonna think about it, it's the finish. And I know I just said it, but the Bulleit had better taste, but this has better finish. And as an old fashioned goes, it's pretty fucking good. I really enjoy it.
Mhm.
It's not the best old fashioned, kind of like the Bulleit, but it's good. And it's a different old fashioned.
Yeah. Yes. It's different. It is.
It really is. It's not the same as the Bulleit.
And I think that's kind of what I was saying, like with the flavors that I was picking up on.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Different than the Bulleit. Bulleit's kind of more the kind of like traditional flavors you kind of get with old fashioned. This is unique and with that finish that carries through, and you get the whiskey flavor, some of the botanical, fruit vibe.
Definitely get the fruit vibe and
The Trace.
I really hate that I'm going first on this one.
Yeah, they're close. I mean, they're definitely
they're
close.
Just because they're both really good, but they're, like we just said, they're different.
Yeah.
You nailed it when you said Bulleit's more traditional. This one's a unique old fashioned. Really is. It's
I love that like the initial flavor that hits you right when you right when it goes down. It's really good.
Mine's already done.
it's just a nice flavor. And I think it's what I am really enjoying of this old fashioned the most, and the finish. But
You know, like I'm trying to think of how I want to score this, and
this is a tough one. It's a good one.
I'm just at the point of is it better than the Bulleit? Possibly, but it's just different. It's at this point with the old fashioned, it's just a different tasting. It really is, and it's I don't know, man. It's really tough for me right now.
That was a tough one.
Honestly, I really hate like splitting hairs like this, but I think this one deserves a 4.3 in my book, just because it's really not much better than the Bulleit. The Bulleit's just such a traditional old fashioned. It makes it a really good one. But I'm really enjoying the unique flavors and the uniqueness of this old fashioned. So I'm conflicted with 4.2 because I think they are very close. But I think with the uniqueness, I gotta give the edge to Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. I was gonna keep it at a 4.2. Like, I think they're pretty damn close together.
They really
just like
are.
you. But the unique flavors that you're talking about, like I feel, a 4.3 is it goes a little beyond the normal old fashioned.
Yeah.
So that's why I think 4.3 would be great score, just like you said.
Yeah.
4.2 was my score, but hearing what you had to say and the unique flavors, I agree with you. 4.3.
But see, like, I don't know. I keep going back and forth even now. It's like the Bulleit made such a good traditional old fashioned, and I don't know. It's almost not fair to have them together because in both ways they're both really good. It's just they're two different old fashions right now. They really are. So
Yeah, they're different. They're a lot different.
all right. So we settled on 4.3 Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
All right. So we already know the winner, but if you want to add up the overall score to kind of give the overall score for everybody, let's do that.
Yeah, I'll add them up and give those scores.
Buffalo Trace definitely won this, guys.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace is the winner.
But Bulleit is good. Don't count it out. It's
yeah.
The finish really carried Buffalo Trace. If it wasn't for the finish, if it had the same finish as the Bulleit would win. The flavors you get with Bulleit are really good. It's just you taste it and they're gone, and you're like, oh shit, I wish I had more. I wish I
the
lingered
finish
for a bit.
is just so minimal.
It's not there.
That it doesn't put up the fight that you would want, yeah,
exactly. So yeah, two iconic whiskeys. I know, and honestly, after tasting this, I could see why Buffalo Trace has won so many awards.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm kind of curious how they do these awards, because you look at some of these other whiskeys that won awards, they're a different price range. I'm really curious if they're in different price range, different alcohol content like how we do it. That'd be
Yeah,
something to look into and bring up next episode. See how they give awards out to these
yeah,
whiskeys.
yeah.
Because yeah, Buffalo Trace, comparing it to a whiskey in its
And like
category.
age, how long they're aged and stuff.
Exactly.
Because like this one's 6 years. Buffalo Trace is like 8 years.
Yeah.
So not too far off, but you know, Bulleit is the younger one of the two. But yeah, it's interesting how they do give those awards if it's
Yeah,
price and proof.
yeah, stay tuned. We will look up this. We'll do some research. And if they're similar to how we already separated the categories, that's pretty cool because we didn't know this going into that. We just made categories based on what we thought alcohol content and price.
Yeah.
We didn't even think about age, honestly. Age is another good one, but at the same time, not really. We've had 1 to 3 year old whiskeys that are better than 8-year-old whiskeys. So,
Yeah, definitely.
and vice versa. But
Yeah.
anyways, do you have the overall?
All right, so I got the scores on the Buffalo Trace. It's a 4.0 overall, and the Bulleit Bourbon Frontier Whiskey is a 3.8 overall. So pretty close, not too far off. Two solid whiskeys. In the blue collar whiskey review, Buffalo Trace is a 4, and the Bulleit Bourbon is a 3.8.
Yeah. And again, let me touch on each score individually in case you guys want to do it yourself. But neat for Buffalo Trace was a 3.8. On the rocks was a 3.8. Coke was a 4.0. And then Old Fashioned was a 4.3. And that was all for Buffalo Trace. Then we go over to Bulleit Bourbon. We got a 3.8 on neat, 3.5 on the rocks. It just lost a lot of flavor once you kind of added the water. Coke, kind of same thing. It was a 3.6. It was real close. They were both similar in that aspect. But the flavors really came out with the Old Fashioned. We gave it a 4.2 and makes a very good classic Old Fashioned. And again,
classic is the word because
yes,
it's solid traditional Old Fashioned.
I agree with that.
We both really enjoyed it. The only reason the Buffalo Trace pulled a little, I would even say it's just a little hair because it's a little unique.
And it makes a different Old Fashioned. Just
makes a good different Old Fashioned. So
yeah,
that's the why.
So
the reason why.
Like Cody said, overall 4.0 Buffalo, 3.8 Bulleit, and very close whiskeys, very good whiskeys. I would definitely overall lean towards the Buffalo. You get more out of it as far as neat, rocks, Coke, everything.
The finish.
Old Fashioned.
Won it for that.
But if you are a traditionalist, I would definitely go with the Bulleit Bourbon for an Old Fashioned. Just traditional. If you don't like the unique flavors, blah, blah, you just want a classic Old Fashioned because you got friends coming over and you know you're all going to drink a few of those. Yeah. I would recommend buying the Bulleit. It makes a really good Old Fashioned, and it's $24.99 here in Arkansas. I don't know what you got it in California. Can't remember.
Pretty much the same, 26.
So yeah, so they're cheaper whiskeys, and I think actually, heck, the liter is only like $42. So you save some money on that here in Arkansas anyway.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on the price, but I'm pretty sure I was looking at them because they're side by side. It was about $42.99. So if you look at it, it's just a couple dollars cheaper just buying the liter versus 700 or whatever milliliters.
750 milliliters,
So,
and
yeah,
then you got the
750.
1.75.
Yeah. Anyways,
Handle.
but yeah, both good whiskeys. I would recommend both of them for certain aspects, not on everything, but for certain aspects, I would definitely recommend.
For sure. Bulleit's a solid whiskey. It's got the traits of a really good old fashioned, traditional old fashioned, and then the Buffalo is just solid all the way. That finish carried it, man.
The finish
The
carried
finish
it.
of that
It really
bullet
did.
really carried it. It's solid finish. Really nice though. Really.
Yeah. No.
It's just a nice ending the whole time.
Yes.
It's not just end like the Bulleit was like, good
You're
flavor, and then done.
Yeah. Cut you off.
It was solid. So
It's the bartender at the bar cutting you off. Right?
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro?
I'm not done yet.
But anyways, yeah, it that was the only downside with Bulleit, in my opinion. Reflecting back on everything, it's the finish was just non-existent. Flavors were really good. I keep going back to that, but it's just sad because I enjoy the flavors on the Bulleit more than the Buffalo, but it doesn't do anything.
The initial like sip definitely more enjoyable.
Yeah.
But then it just goes rapid fire down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While the Buffalo initial flavor's not bad, it's good. It just it drags on, and it's
good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was a fun episode. I really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, no, this versus was awesome.
Really looking forward to these two battling it out. And dude, Buffalo Trace. It's one of the most whiskeys I see going off the shelf. So
yeah, well, and same thing with Bulleit.
I know why.
Yeah, but Buffalo Trace, I'll be honest, guys. Every time I go to get a bottle, it's allocated here, so it's always gone. But even like I'm pretty sure Missouri's not allocated. You go up there and it's gone. They may have one bottle, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get it. So it's definitely a good whiskey.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and for the price. Yeah, so me and Robbie were talking about the next episode for the verses, and let us know what we think. But we're thinking about doing the Old Forester 86 proof bourbon versus the Old Barton,
very old Barton,
86 proof
yeah.
bourbon. If we can't get that one, then it would be probably gonna be the Jim Beam Black, which is 86 proof as well.
Yeah.
Versus the Forester. So
yeah,
just depends if I can get the old Barton, very old Barton, or if Robbie can't get it. So
yeah. So which I've seen it around. I should be able to get that one. The Jim Beam Black should be able to get it. So we should be good on the very old Barton.
Yeah, I think so, but I
just in case.
I never look for that, so
yeah.
I can't 100% say I have it, but
we've been wanting to do the Old Forester though, 86 proof. That is I tried it after we did our review of the 100 proof Old Forester versus the 101 Wild Turkey 101, and this 86 proof was wow. I was like, okay. And ever since then I've been wanting to review it. and actually sit down and drink it with my cousin. And now we're going to get a chance to, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you told me about it. I was like, oh, cool. So I went and tried it, and I'm like, I like it.
Yeah,
my,
it's a cheaper bottle, so I think it's going to be a good battle. I haven't had the very old Barton, if that's the one we do, so I'm very interested now. Like, I'm already interested with the Old Forester, but now with the whiskey I haven't had, I'm even more like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, this could be a good matchup. But let us know what you think, everybody. Comment or like or whatever if you think that's going to be a good matchup. Or send in what you guys think too.
And remember our category. So the reason why we're doing this, it's basically for the Old Forester 86 proof, it's $17.99 ish for Cody and $19.99 for sure for me here. And it's 86 proof, so that's 43% alcohol, and that's the category. And then you got very old Barton, should be in the same everything, but the category goes from you got the alcohol content all the way up to from 40 to 44%.
Yeah,
and then the price was it 10 to
20. Yeah,
10 to 20. So it's pretty wide margin. So if you think of anything we may have overlooked and you would like to hear about, comment below.
Yeah, in that
and
range.
we'll pair that one up against the Old Forester. But we're definitely doing Old Forester and very old Barton if we both could get it, or unless you guys comment and want to hear something else.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Buffalo Trace is the winner.
Yep.
Of this battles. So
It was a close one.
yeah, actually, this is probably the least close one we've had.
It is, but I don't know. In my book, it's close.
Yeah.
Again, I think the thing that really just carried it was the finish for Buffalo. If it didn't have that finish, it would have been really close, but I think Bulleit would have pulled through with the flavor.
Yeah.
So
close matchup.
Try them out. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, exactly. Try them out.
Cheers, guys. I'm empty,
Cheers.
but cheers.